Maybe unmute myself first before I fucking do that. Right. Now for the 2-minute startup process that is this fucking game. Right, starting a little late because well, someone tried to freaking force something off on me to do. I didn't really have to do because they arrived back before things delivered for them. I forgot to take one of these, didn't I? Little freaking throat pastels. Right. Anyway, what the hell was I doing? Oh, I've actually done quite a few quests, haven't I? Is that backmark? I do. And if I could see where they are, yeah, but helpful. There. Okay. Hey, you know, I never noticed how green the grass was. Which this thing loses its goddamn charm. I feel this should be darker. It's going to assume graphical glitch. More correct. And if I could see one. Oh, you son of a bit. Neat. There's a weak ass fucking dragon. Give me your soul. Was an Imperial?
If you need a good sword, visit the smith in Windhelm. He knows how to make a good one. Took my mother's head clean off.
Here. Tiny little bush. Oh, it's literally called Jade Warrior too. Breakfast. Ah, 200 is wonderful. Okay. Oh, you're kidding me. They saw me from here.
My god, it's the rare spotted owl. He's in that tree.
Ooh, I'm being chased by giants. Wonderful. Yep, that's better.
We tried to eat a rare spotted owl once. The size of that defeat-eared rumpus.
Ooh, I had some gemmers.
Is someone there?
For years my village lived in terror under the wrath of an angry spotted owl.
You seem awfully against the owls, considering your name.
Bandits stole her eggs and she laid waste to our people in an act of revenge.
Gold solves most problems, doesn't it? Take your Jokins now, relax the real. No rough stuff. What was that? Thought I heard something. You'll pay for that?
Okay.
It's become my life's work to catalog and raise awareness for the many winged beasts of the continent.
I'd like to know how those enemies saw me from my extremely high stealth, but whatever.
College, Dad said. Use your smarts, he says. Like a... to figure out which college he meant.
If I ever find that angry spotted owl, I'll probably shizzer me shorts.
Ah, another archaeology site. Still don't know what they're for. Oh, this is a journal. I just can't shake these fools. Everywhere I go, there is another one of them on my tail. I swear, if the Brotherhood were half as relentless, it would still be a
Fuck me,
plague
it's in
upon
the cave.
Tamriel. It seems that I am going to have to go full circle and return to the vault where I found Herkind's Spear of the Hunter, entombed away so many ages before. I stumbled upon a strange runic shrine on the largest mass of land in the marshes south of Solitude, some distance to the west of Dead Man's Respite. When I touched the stone, it began to glow, and a beam of light shone like a beacon to the southeast of there. I travelled in that direction for what must have been 3 weeks and never found anything out of the ordinary. Months later, I was in the Southlands near Helgen and spotted what I swore were some snow elven ruins just south of Riverwood. And when I went to investigate, I discovered a small shrine that behaved in much the same way, glowing and projecting a light after touching it. This one pointed north, presumably toward the same place the first runestone was indicating. It had me intrigued, to say the least. It wasn't until almost a year later that I happened upon a third marker, which lay high above the dragon shrine at Mount Anthor. This one was Dwemer in nature, and when touched, light shone out from the eyes of the dwarven buster, just like the others. After that, there was a rumble in the earth. The light was pointing to the southwest, and so I aimed to triangulate where these lights might be pointing. When I marked my map, it revealed that the center location was likely the Silent Moon ruins, or someplace right near it. Wasted no time and began a long excavation into the Silent Moon ruins. I hired some mercenaries for protection and a couple of diggers, and we delved deep, eventually finding a lost basement off one of the ruined tower sections where Metal Hatch resided. The hatch opened easily despite looking as if many had tried to pry the door over the many decades it was here. Inside lay an ornate Dragic spear. I surmised that this vault had been built with the express intention of sealing the spear away, and involved the collective efforts of the Dwemer, Snow Elves, and Ancient Nords. I held onto the spear for some time until I lost it to a group of bandits. They continued to pursue me in an effort to find whatever else I might be hiding from them. No matter what I did, they kept finding me, probably due to the powers of the spear. My only remaining secret is the Codex, a grand book of ancient make, which holds boundless knowledge. It seems that the more I travel and uncover, the more powerful it becomes. It isn't a spell tome per se. In fact, it behaves entirely unlike one. Instead, the book seems to relay knowledge of various subjects and imparts powers on a daily basis, depending on what is researched within its pages. You merely have to open the book and turn to the page, and a new topic appears on the pages. It's really quite an astounding item. So it seems that I may be making my final stand. I have sealed away the Codex in the vault which I discovered this spear in. The doors have locked tight. All I can do now is wait. Oh goody, I picked up another quest.
Sounds like some down and dirty Indiana Jones work.
Yep. Ganatite. Ganatite useful. Anyway. Okay, sure. Yep. probably shouldn't be moving around the side of a mountain like. Uh-oh. Okay, I'll get around the actual frigging side. Here. What have we been detected by? Where is it? Oh, more bandits. Dang it. Oh, this is just embarrassing. Where'd the other one go? God, I saw the bowstring there and I thought it was a frigging tripwire. Ugh. Oh.
Always good to place a distraction near your tripwires so when your victim approaches they're busy looking at the bait.
Huh? Call yourself a warrior?
Ooh, right in the mouth. You're gonna pick up some junk. I never emptied out my inventory from the Ethereum runes, did I? Good. Eh.
Huh? Can't hide from me.
Oh, his AI is broken.
Just die already, bastard! I'll kill you! Why, Ismir? You'll pay for that? When I find you, you're dead. Victory is yours! I submit!
No submission, only death. Let's go. No, it's wonderful. What can I give to you? Why do I have to? That's better. Really? Okay. Anything else I can... He's a fucking ton. Hmm. Let's deliver the items first. I don't accidentally throw them away in storage. Found the Jade Warrior too.
Oh, you have? Excellent. Yes, I have just the place for this. Thank you. Here's your reward.
I found the 6 health spell hammer.
Ah, phenomenal. Let me have a look. Ah, yes. Exactly as described. Good work. Here's your pay.
I found 10 Stagmare's ring.
Very good. And in excellent condition, it seems. Wonderful.
And that should be all the artifacts you needed.
That is very impressive, my friend. You are certainly more than a mere treasure hunter. Which brings me to my next proposal. I'm in need of a full-time partner of sorts. A person of your caliber who can dedicate themselves to uncovering more lost artifacts and relics on their own, while I continue my research efforts. And you have proven yourself more than capable of the job.
And I think a special arrangement could work. Instead of me simply buying the relics off of you, perhaps you could bring them here, lend them to the museum. I'll give you an occasional finder's fee,
He's gonna
and
run
we'll
out of money
safeguard
the
your
way you put the
collections
meat
for
on
you.
the table.
You'll be able to access any and all of your collection as you see fit, and you'll know the rest of it will be safe in your absence.
Sounds good to me.
Excellent. Well, let me give you the 10 Septum tour then.
Keep everything there.
This building was once called Magnarian Hall and was built as a temple dedicated to Talos, the patron god of the Nords. After the White Gold Concordat, however, the statue was moved and the temple closed. I came here a few years ago and was able to procure use of the space in the pursuit of establishing this museum. Of course, I have had the building vastly expanded over the last 2 years to accommodate what I hope will become one of the grandest collections of Tamrielic history in the world. This grand atrium I call the Hall of Heroes. It is where a variety of historically significant relics can be displayed, and is quite a striking entrance to the museum, if I do say so myself. Off to the right is the reception hall and staff barracks, as well as the museum office where I do much of my work. To our left, you'll find the central hallway leading to all the other galleries at the museum, which also serves as the cultural arts exhibit. Here, I hope to display a variety of art, as well as elements representing the more primitive cultures here in Skyrim, such as the Falmer, Forsworn, the Giants, and more. Down here on the lower level, you will find access to the East Exhibit Halls, which houses the Daedric Gallery, the Hall of Lost Empires, Hall of Oddities, and the Hall of Legends, which showcase a vast array of relics pertaining to the Daedra, Dwemer, Fulmer, and ancient Nordic cultures, as well as a number of peculiar items that defy simple classification. At the close end of this hall, the stairwell will lead to the armories in the basement and up to the second floor. There you will find access to the Natural Science Gallery, as well as the Dragonborn Hall, where I will commission a variety of displays heralding any of your accomplishments. At the far end of the hallway on both floors, you'll find access to the Grand Library, and here on this floor, the door on the right also connects to the museum office. If you cannot find me in my office, you will almost certainly find me whiling away the hours in the library. Also, you should pick up a copy of the museum guide at the entrance of the museum. It will let you know the schedule of where I'm working should you need to find me, and it will offer you an easier way of navigating the museum, as well as keep track of how many displays our museum has. Of course, it may take me a moment to update those accounts, so check the guide again if you feel the numbers seem off. I'm sure I'll eventually account for everything. Any items you find for display, you can either manually place them yourself, or utilize the prep station in my office, and I'll ensure everything you have gets properly displayed if it has an appropriate place. I'm likely to have a variety of tasks for you, but in between, I'm sure you could help me find a random relic or two I've been researching. Feel free to look around and come find me if you have any questions. I'm very excited about the prospects of where we are headed.
Okay. Gigantic friggin' collection quest.
Oh yes, I have in fact been researching the location of an artifact of interest. If you have the time, you could investigate it. I'll mark the location on your map. Let me know if you uncover anything. See you around.
This is gonna take forever to do, isn't it? Oh. Because I don't know how many of them I've already got. Right to the nest. Take my bones.
He had some nice looking crosses in there. Bit small to jump on, but it's a good start.
Do I have an enchanting table in this place? I do not think I do. Oh, that's annoying. anything needs eating first.
You've got this whole place to yourself?
Well, there's a steward and a guard, but pretty much all to myself. Little more work on alchemy done. Magic stuff. You're gonna regret putting it all away soon, but whatever. Sanctuary, darkest darkness. Oh, another shelf full. Right. Shoot, that's taking, not putting. Take the and sell them. Actually, no, I do have an enchanting table. Okay. Why do I have it stolen Nordic heavy shit? Okay. Take a quest first. Ugh. Yeah, start the Dawn Guard yet? That one's marked anyway, so... Does it want to give me a place over there? Oy. Okay.
That vortex around the bow's a real nice touch.
The doorway to the ruins appears unstable. It seems likely that going through it will cause it to collapse, trapping you inside and any followers outside. This will prevent you from returning to Skyrim until you find another way out. Okay. Farther up. What did I say about him? King up. My word. Oh well. Nick is almost done. And now I have to hope there's nothing in here that can kill me instantly. I really should have gotten rid of all the junk. Oh well. Isidore, got sick of waiting for you. I've gone
You'll
on
have to
ahead.
live down here now.
Pretty much. I've gone on ahead to scout the tunnels. I'll put up some torches to light the way. Pick up your feet and follow them to find me. I mean it. Hurry up. I want to see your fingers stained from finding this note, with the ink still wet. Something in this place makes my hair stand on end. It's as if the shadows are moving. Camilla. Okay. Those dungeons. Broken equipment everywhere. Okay. Gonna be spot. Oh.
I could live down there if the pool had fish.
Hmm.
Looks like a lovely place.
Very devoid of everything. Definitely nothing hidden underwater. Always worth it to check. Isidore, Dwemer Ruins.
You'd need a separate still pool to pee in so you don't recycle your fluids.
Dwemer Ruins. I thought this was just an old imperial palace, but no. That must have come later. There's more than that here. This might be it. This could change everything for us. Just be careful. There is someone else down here. Something's not right about her. Always disappears before I can get a good look. Can't leave, though. Not now. Camilla. Camilla suffered water damage and only the final entry is illegible. 20th Sun's Dusk, 4th Era 33. By the divines, am I glad to be headed away from Clockwork Castle and away from those middlemen. Just me, I can see it in the faces of the whole caravan.
That scroll near foretold the coming of the owl.
I see it in the faces of the whole caravan. Everyone's scared of them. A special dead-end trip once a month through these crumbling, gloomy tunnels and back again for just one customer. It spooks the horses and it spooks the men. Clodevec doesn't pay enough for this. Come to that, his old man didn't spend enough cleaning and shoring up the tunnels in the first place. You would think that of all people he could afford it. I guess you don't become a trader baron by way of being overly free with your money. So many side passages, blank doorways, yawning at us as we pass. No one knows what's down there. All we can do is stick to the main road and listen to the clatter of the carts echo down these darkened tunnel corridors as we pass them by. There. Come the morning, we'll have to get the carts up those damnable stairs, I swear. Those boards are going to slip one of these days, but then we'll be outside and back in the world again. And the snow, I suppose in here we're out of the weather at least. Okay. They're getting a bigger spider. Hey, that's the most annoying thing I've ever seen. A chest out in the middle. Can't fucking get there. Ah. I'm alright. Finally. Freaking dungeon nails the spooky atmosphere right down. Ah. Isidore, this is all wrong. Can't go back. Can't face it. Where are you, Camilla? Yeah, right now, go on. Bone hollow. Oh my word. Oh, that was good. That was looking perfect. Oh. Yeah. I am so gonna get fucking jump scared at some point. I really expected one to be up there. Oh, well, found Camilla. I needed you when you weren't here. I thought those were your footsteps, but they weren't. He's coming up behind me, but nothing there. Time stood still and she came toward me. Slowly, slowly. Couldn't move. Couldn't leave anymore. Can't face it. Can't go back out into the world. I'll just sit here and... I'll just stay here with the bones until it's over. Sorry, Isildur.
That shovel could have come in useful. If you ever wanted an extra room down here, of course.
Ooh. 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 Okay. Ah. I knew I was going to be attacked eventually, but... Okay.
This rave cave gave my game save a grave misbehave when I bathe shave.
goody. Seems stuck. Oh, no. Getting really strong on skeletons. Right. Shoot through the whole line. Okay, where'd the arrow go? Find it. Mm. Yeah. Deep. Deep. Oh, that was just unfair. All the friggin' skeleton I could see from an age away. Okay. Nope, at least we're out of the bone zone now. Did I? Yes, I did. Okay. Looking. Not gonna be anything over there. Really? Ugh, so much for being out of the bone zone. But yeah, we are still well and truly. Yeah, man. Oh, another terror. Oh, this is less than ideal. Alright. That was a mess. Take solace in the fact that they don't actually do a lot of damage. The one and only saving fucking grace. That's why this is not loading in some assets. Me. God, I love it when the AI breaks. My life's so much easier. Ooh, frozen log. Death Lord? Lounge. Can it not leave the tower? Any I live in hope. Nothing frigging stronger. Because if there is, I am fucked. He's still alive because their AI is utter trash. Another Death Lord. Ah, Bright Black Dragonborn Terror. Do we have anything else I can sort? Does it? Oh, exactly the same. Okay. Fucking let me. No, fucking move! No, Jesus Christ, fucking move! Ah! King's sake. Oh, I did not like getting trapped like that. They obviously want me to drop that. No. Can we please be done with the skeletons now? I ask, even though I know the game won't stop sending them at me.
You can grind their bones to bread for your supper.
Gotta make it here sometime.
That lady was terrifying.
Yep, and I still think she's chasing me. Ooh, a good bow. Now we have skeletons. Of course we do.
It's the wedding dress that does it for me. Would be smarter of me not to try and loot everywhere while I'm going. For the immortal goddamn ghost chasing me, I'll fucking fight all these guys. Yeah, I'm on my way. There we go.
Okay, that helps. Okay. Not that way then. If I was running full speed, I would have been killed by now. Ah. Do I have any? No, I don't. That's a pity. Hello?
Welcome to Clockwork Castle. I am Lakhar. It has been many years since our last visitor. The Archduke wants to speak to you. Please, follow me. I came out when I heard the rock fall. By the sound of it, you are lucky to be unhurt. It was the tunnel, wasn't it? It has been threatening to collapse for a long time now. That means there's no going back that way. You may be trapped here. Well, the Archduke will know what to do.
Alright. Move a little faster.
I apologize for the state of the house. It has been just the Archduke and I here for some time now. I shall light the lamps momentarily. Excuse me.
Who are you, and what are you doing here?
I came through the mountain tunnels.
And the tunnel collapsed. Yes, I heard it. No one has used those tunnels in well over 100 years. There is only one other way out of the castle and this valley. Beneath the keep is the travel machine. It can transport you to the major settlements of Skyrim. Ask Lahar to take you to it. He will need to let you out on the other side.
Can I ask you something?
Go to Lahar. Ask him to let you out through the travel machine.
Okay. See myself having a new player. How soon? Really? Okay, fine. Corrosive vapor warning. The workroom is closed until the corrosive vapors within can be purged. The exhaust fans are currently non-functional due to the breaches in the steam pipeline. Guessing the water's poison too. Well, Randall's meant to be around here, so... The mausoleum. Okay.
There you are. I've rented the master bedroom, since you may be staying with us for some time.
Staying. Lamatsu said you'd show me to this travel machine?
That is strange. The travel machine is not functional at this time. In fact, very few machines here are working right now, as the pressurized steam play. Try entering the machine. You shall see that it is not working. As you can see, the machine is cold and lifeless. I'm afraid you cannot leave.
Is there no other way out?
No, the cliffs surrounding the castle are too steep to traverse, and now that the last tunnel has fallen in, no avenues remain. To be honest, I had thought the route you took to reach here to be blocked on the other side for a very long time now. After all, we are subject to the occasional tremor here. From Red Mountain, I believe. In fact, one such tremor is to blame for the lifeless machines about the castle. It was particularly violent and breached the main steam pipeline. I attempted to repair the damage, but my brothers and sisters hampered my efforts and drove me out.
Brothers and sisters?
Yes, down in Erdural, deep beneath the castle. They have grown wild, and we are no longer welcome there.
Could I repair the damage?
You could. Doing so would restore steam power to the castle, yes. The pipeline ferries steam from deep in Erdural, but it is easy to find. It can be followed back from the castle, and it is spewing steam. From what I saw, at least 10 sections of pipe have been breached. All must be replaced. Fortunately, plenty of scavenged replacement pipes are lying about down there. They were intended for eventual use in the castle. Alternatively, if you know how to work tremor metal, you may want to use one of the forges down there to cast your own. Above all, however, be wary of my brothers and sisters, for they may attack you. Passage to Erdural may be found through the mausoleum, outside. Lamash 2 has the key. You will need to obtain it from her. In the meantime, you are our guest here. Please treat Clockwork Castle as your home. If you have questions, I will try to answer. If you wish for me to show you around some part of the keep, I can do that too. Very good.
Okay. Treat it as my home. Means loop the hell out of it. Get the other pieces of the journal first before we read it. Mm-hmm. There's the corrosive vapor warning.
Looks like you robbed them for all they're worth.
Mm. There is a heck of a lot of stuff here. Glass arrows. Really? Anyone? Okay. Shame there's nothing in here. Vapor warning. And a fork floating in the air. Oh, ghost woman better not be here. Okie doke. Certificate of Authenticity. This item is certified to be the highest quality Nordic stealthrum and selected for its purity, color, and magical affinity, guaranteed to retain its luster and resist weathering for years to come. Certified by Hugin Ice Shaper of Raven Rock, Master Artisan. And I still can't find the rest of Ludwig's journals though, can I? Go all the way up first, no. Okay. Up. Lots of bathrooms. Oh, there's Ludwig's first journal. There's number 2. Between the pages of this journal you find a key. Tied to it is a label which reads Master Bedroom Wardrobe. I shall actually read the journals in a minute. Okay, now we have that one as well. Right, what was this? Journal of Ludwig Clodovic, Part 1. 3rd of evening, star 4/16. Today we laid my father to rest in the mausoleum. It is a strange feeling knowing that his shell just lies there alone, and that at any time I could go and look upon it, as if he were still here. Instead I shall honour his wish, and begin the keeping of this journal. It's past time I did. He certainly prodded me into it for long enough. Should this first entry be a commemoration of father's life? I lack the words to adequately describe him. I think his achievements are familiar to most. Everyone knows the Clodovich Trading Company. There is little I could add, and less that would be of interest, I'm sure, coming from me. I can say, however, that he shall be missed. We commend thee and lay thee to rest. Maximilian Clodovich, Father. 10th of Morningstar 4th hour 17. It occurs to me that this journal, to be of any use to anyone, I should explain who I am. My name is Ludwig Troglovich. Now the Lord of Troglovich Castle, I suppose. Lord of a trade route to nowhere. It barely entered my thoughts as a child, as I have no memory of living anywhere else. But our castle is truly remote. It was Father's grand project, a new trade route between Skyrim and Morrowind, administered by the Troglovich Company alone. A fool's project is what they called it. How could it replace the Sea of Ghosts route they would ask? What of the phenomenal expense in tunneling under the mountain, said others. But Father's plan was more simple. Why forge a new path when one can reclaim an old one? Tolvold's crossing was too dangerous, and too far south in any case. The mysterious tunnels that Father set his mind and considerable fortune to, and he never did reveal how he knew of them, were not too far from the port in Windhelm. He knew no name for these tunnels, and since they went beneath the Velothi Mountains, he and all the workers came to simply call them the Velothi Tunnels. Clearing the way was dangerous, but the work involved was relatively slight. These tunnels emerged into a small valley, high in the mountains, before plunging beneath the rocks again, down to Morrowind. Troglovich Castle was built in this valley, a gatehouse in the center of the would-be trade route, and that is how I grew up, observing the construction of our castle, watching and pestering the builders, stonecutters, carpenters and smiths. Tools and machines fascinated me, hammers and saws, pulleys and levers. I relished seeing the walls go up, the rooms take shape. Father was more keen on the furnishings. They had to match the latest fashions of faraway High Rock. That was home to him and to Mother. I was too young to remember it well, but they are distinctive. Everything went wrong in the Red Year. Not merely for us, of course. It was the death of so very many. But that was when the tunnel down to Morrowind fell in, killing the workers inside. It was the end of Father's grand project. Even if our route had survived, the people of Morrowind did not. There was no one left to trade with. Mother died not long after, along with my sister who would have been. So much went wrong. The castle was nearly complete by then, and though again people called him mad, Father elected to have it finished. Certainly some things were called off and cut short. I think the armory was originally intended to be another grand entrance hall leading onto the quarters for prestigious guests, a ballroom and such, but still it became Troglovich Castle, our home. My aunts and uncles always said that Father never recovered from those days. Why else would he choose to stay in the place that had come to represent his very dear failure? Father may have founded it, but they took on the running of Clockwork Company from then on. My siblings mean to take up the business also they informed me during their brief visit to inter our father. They may have been anxious to leave the castle once they were old enough. They could not stand the isolation, but I, of course, remained here with Father and the staff. I remember I was sorely disappointed when the last of the construction came to a close. Some of the carpenters and smiths who had treated me almost as an apprentice, but then they had to leave. And there was nothing more to do. Father had noticed my interest in intricate mechanisms, though, and diverted them into the trade in intricate jewelries. It is not exactly what I wanted, but it suits me well enough, and I can labor at home in the castle. It is also very profitable, and there you have it, I suppose. Lord Ludwig Troglovich, the jeweller. "12 of last seed, 4th era 17. Now that Father is gone, they pester me to expand the mausoleum in readiness for my eventual passing. Next in line to die. Fine, I shall order the excavation. 4th of Rain's Hand, 4th era 18. It's like turning over a rock and finding the twisting tunnels of an ant nest exposed to the sky. And yet here, the inhabitants did not scatter or erupt in a panic. They merely stood and stared, with those red pinpricks for eyes. 7th of Rain's Hand, 4th hour 18. I should explain. In expanding the mausoleum, the workers broke through into some ancient catacombs of the Dwemer. They were beneath our feet, beneath the castle, all this time. Perhaps it should not be too surprising. The fluffy tunnels are home to some Dwemer ruins also. It is all so strange, though. Where do I begin? I read about the Dwemer. And the Muklai? Whatever. All I could lay my hands on, as they were some of my favorites, but I've never seen any mention of what we found here. The workers called me down when they were about to breach the wall, and then we all stood, clustered around the hole. On the other side was our mirror image, a congregation of metal men staring back at us with their glowing red eyes. I was afraid, we all were, but while the workers all fled the mausoleum, I remained, frozen in place. Expecting your imminent death is a significant shock, but an even greater surprise awaited me. A metal woman came forward and spoke. She spoke to me. First, her words were unrecognizable. Was it the Dwemer language? Then she spoke in the Cyrodiilic. That was slow and halting. No harm, she said. I could manage no response. No harm, she said again, but this time to the metal men and woman behind her. Now she stands here in the study with me, reading the books. I think she asked for them. I brought her here on the day of the breach, but I have forgotten what we spoke of. I said a lot in my panic, and she said very little. It all happened so quickly. The brethren have all remained behind down Her brethren have all remained behind down below. She has not left the study. She is looking at me. 12th of Rain's Hand, 4th hour 18. Her name is Lamatsu. Her progress in learning Cyrodiilic is astonishing. She reads my books and listens to the conversations of the staff, and already I can converse with her easily. The servants are not glad to have this audience, though that much is clear. They are plainly afraid of what we have uncovered, but it is just as plain to me that these metal men mean us, well, no harm, as Lamatsu said. Lamatsu has promised to show me Nurendral. That is the name of the Dwemer catacombs beneath us. Actually, she has said that she will have her, I suppose, brother Lahar show it to me. I think she wants to stay in the study. She says that she and her metal brethren are called the Gilded, but I am as yet unsure what they are exactly. Apparently they have always been beneath our feet and have never ventured out. They do resemble Amaculi. That is all I can say. I realize more and more each day that the discovery of the Gilded is a monumental one. But Lamatsu has requested privacy.
You have a very nice reading voice.
Well, I try. I'm not sure of her reasons, but I can certainly think of my own. Dwemer Alchemicli are known to be generally hostile and quite dangerous. I dread the thought of what might happen if some kind of military attention fell on them. The staff may spread tales. How could I stop them? I've heard how they speak of this discovery. I doubt any will believe the particulars of their tale. They will be thought of as just that, tales. 1st of 2nd Seed, 4th hour 18. The resources to be found in Nurendral are beyond my ability to count or really value. In particular, that wonderful metal, the famous Dwemer metal, that confounds all who try to unlock the secrets of its fabrication. I did put the question to Lamatsu, but I am no smith or alchemist, is all she would say. She has answered many of my questions about the truly amazing machines down there, though I can barely sleep. It feels like my mind is on fire with possibilities. Lahar is taking to his new job well, too. After showing me some of Narandel, he followed me back up to the castle. I did not mind, even to begin with. He was almost as well spoken as Lamatsu. I think she must have been teaching him, or perhaps he already knew. Much like Lamatsu had, Lahar began to follow the staff and absorb their work, to their visible chagrin. Before long he expressed an intent in taking up the role of a caretaker of the castle. Already he is invaluable. He is careful, quick, and most remarkably does not appear to need or want for sleep. 22nd of Sacred Seed, 4th Era 18. My studies of Nurandel's machines consume my attention, as do my plans regarding what I learned from them. I look to Lamatsu as representative of that domain, and of her kind. Besides Lahar, who is agreeable, if simple, she is the only one able, or perhaps willing, to speak with me. The others merely stare as I pass and ignore my attempts at conversation. I asked her permission to salvage what scraps of metal could be found lying broken and useless in the halls of Darandril, for use in my own work. However impassive her manner, she did agree. This is tremendously exciting. The metal can be melted down and reshaped as I desire, and there is so much of it to be had. I go to work. 25th of Midyear, 4th Era 18. The mausoleum has become a thoroughfare. Metal, wrapped scraps, and whole pieces both, is carted out of Nurandral and into the workroom by small groups of gilded. There, the casting molds await. Things are taking shape. First of Sunsight, 4th Era 18. The staff are all leaving. This has been building for some time. It's their fear of the gilded. More and more of their number are effectively taking up residence in the castle, as they help with my work. As with Lamatsu and Lahar, they also took to observing the staff in their daily tasks, never speaking, just watching. I think it all became too much. Perhaps it's for the best. I'm told that the company is not doing well. Less money is coming in. In truth, it is a relief. I never knew what to say to them anyway. Even to Annalise. She was always kind to me. She actually asked me to leave as well. That's not something I could do, though, especially not now. I could have sworn that she looked disappointed. It would be nice to think of why that might be, but that can't be it. It must be my imagination. Still, it is sad to think that I will likely not see her again. In any case, Lamatsu was quick to point out that the staff are not even truly required any longer, not with her brethren being here and able to take up the work. Today I offered to pay them all a wage for this work. Lamatsu declined, saying that all they needed was something to occupy them. Lahar echoed this sentiment. I suppose I will have to take them at their word. None of their brethren will speak to me after all. 3rd of Heartfire, 4th Era 20. Behold, the common trap or spigot. The pipes cast metal to ferry the water. The appropriated Dwemer pump, and the steam make it go. Steam under pressure. It makes it all go. Now I have water at the turn of a tap. Heated water even. That Dwemer boiler was perfect for the task. 23rd of 1st Seed, 4th Era 21. Today I have heard that the Chogolavit Trading Company is no more. By accounts, it was in a slow decline since the Red Year and Mother's death, but now it has finally happened. We all have our share of the remaining wealth, and it is not insubstantial. I do not have to worry for myself or my remaining family. Indeed, I have continued my jewelry business all this time, even overseeing some of the gilded in creating additional pieces. Some things need to be arranged, but overall this is nothing to fret over. Things here won't change. 5th of Rain's Hand, 4th Era 21. I can't abide first-time meetings. Can anyone? No one knows what to say to one another. Who are you? They would say. What is it that you do? By which of course they mean, please describe your qualifiable worth to society in a short sentence. 6 of Fristfall, 4th Era 21. Father's beautiful glass garden perched atop the castle never did function as he wanted. It would never hold the warmth the plants needed. It all leached out into the frigid mountain air, and the plants froze and died. Now that I can tap into that seemingly endless supply of pressurized steam produced by some unknown means deep in Nurendal, the glass garden is finally as warm and vaporous as I could ever want. 14th of Sunstorm, 4th Era 23. An amazing discovery today, though I would not have known it if not for Lamatsu. In excavating a new room for the cellar, the workers struck what appears by its curve to be a great metal sphere. Dwemer metal, like everything down there, but unlike any other item of Dwemer manufacture I have yet seen. Lamatsu came to look at it, and it seems that she recognizes it. After some thought, she said that it had been called a machine for far walking without steps. A rough translation, I think. I am simply calling it the travel machine. But now, as that is apparently what it is for, teleporting one to a far-off location and back again. He speaks of it as if of a barely remembering thing from one's childhood, but Lamatsu tells me that the machine is like a crossroads, with paths striking out in many directions from it. At the end of each road is a terminus machine, and this is where one would appear upon entering the travel machine here. Similarly, entering a terminus machine would bring one back here. I have asked for the workers to uncover the sphere in its entirety. 30th of Halfire, 4th Era 23. The travel machine is to be my own grand project. Quite early on, we found a kind of panel on its surface that could be removed. Behind it were etched a series of pictographs that Lamatsu aided me in deciphering. We have concluded that they give instructions in the assembly and operation of the machine. The work required is lengthy and arduous. It would be impossible were the guild did not here to help me. A large chamber to house it must be dug out and supported with stonework. The machine itself has been buried in the dirt for who knows how long. Excavation continues, but it is painstaking, After that, it must be raised up, righted, and supported in place. It must be cleaned thoroughly, inside and out. Broken pieces must be recast and replaced. It is to require an extraordinary amount of piping. There is a lot going unused down in Nurendal, but would it be enough? I expect this to take years, but it is the power of teleportation, and not just in the hands of powerful mages. It is hard to imagine what a boon it would have been to the Clockwork Company had it not closed its doors. 22nd of Second Seed, 4th Era 24. Work on the travel machine continues. In the meantime, I have been inspired by the idea of the travel machine to create my own structure that facilitates fast transportations of items across the castle. It relies on the principle of pneumatic pressure to propel items through pipes that have been laid beneath the floors and behind the walls. My first practical test was a pipe that ran between a terminal in the kitchen and one in my bedroom. It worked much as I expected, though the first attempts were messy. I shall expand this structure of pipes throughout the castle. It will be more disruptive than the gas lights were, as the pipes are much larger, but worth it in the end, I feel. Funny thing also, I have heard that rather than Clockwork Castle, people have come to call my home Clockwork Castle, for all the machinery here. It's a fitting name, I think. I like it. 11th of Rain's Hand, 4th Era 30. I am frustrated by the interminable work required by the travel machine. So much work, and yet so little to occupy my time. I simply lack the strength of the gilded, and for now there is nothing I can help with. To alleviate my boredom, I recently began work on a method for controlling the machine. It is something I've given a lot of thought to. How to inform the machine of where I want to go. I'm sculpting what will become a cast metal relief map of Skyrim. Only Skyrim. Lamatsu assures me that it could not take me anywhere else. Once cast, I will affix the mechanical buttons to it in the places of the map that the machine can take me. It shall be beautiful. I certainly have the time to make it so. All for Frostfall, 4 32. Today, one of the gilded workers struck me as we were working on the travel machine. He had been giving me odd looks all morning, so I had kept an eye on him in turn, and saw the blow coming in time to mostly evade him. He still caught me on the arm and knocked me to the floor, rising a nasty bruise. He stood above me, silent all the while, and for a moment I feared for my life. Fortunately, I then had Lahar rounding the corner and looked to him for help, but now it was Lahar looking at me oddly, sprawled on the floor as the worker had already turned back to his task as if nothing was amiss. Still, I had to tell Lahar what had happened. I hardly feel safe around the guild these days. He said a soft something to the worker that I didn't catch, and my assistant left for Nurendal without a word, later to be replaced by a different gilded. I am thankful that the machine is nearly finished. 20th of Sun's Dusk, 4 33. It is like a turning, musical instrument. Tuning, whatever. Fine adjustments until the right tone is struck and the travel machine stirs to life. A bright blue portal shining in its heart. This is how we find where the thing can take us, which terminus machines out there will yet function. I was reluctant to go through the shimmering portal. How could we truly know where it led? Or even if one would arrive with both life and limbs intact. What if any unfriendly person awaited on the other side? Lahar did not seem to share my concerns, however, and strolled through the portal before I knew what he intended. He was gone so long that I thought him lost, and when he returned he was caked in dirt, as if he had dug his way out of a grave. I saw the banners of Whiterun. He said to me, "The caravan brings us mead from there." I marked down the tuning, and we moved on to the next. Lahar went fearlessly into the portal again and again, though now I made him cover his metal body with what clothes would fit. He would be a strange sight indeed to anyone that might see him otherwise. 9th of Evening Star, 4 33. Today I took my first steps outside Clockwork Castle in over a decade. How is it that so much time has passed? It was well outside the castle too. The travel machine works. I stood outside the Markov Clockwork Terminus several minutes, watching the crowds across the river entering and leaving the city. So many people. And that was enough for me. I returned to make this entry. There were long years in which I thought this day would never come, but now it is here. The machine works. Now there is no more need for the caravans to make the trip through the Velothi tunnels, delivering my supplies. Bleh. Lahar said that he will do it instead, using the travel machine. 18th of Midyear, 4 35. This morning I awoke to find that all the gilded except Lamathieu and Lahar had left during the night. Lahar says they have all returned to Nurendal. To be honest, I am relieved. I was beginning to feel like a prisoner in my own home. I dared not enter a room, for one of the workers was in there, doing their chores. I don't know how to properly describe it, but for some time now they have exuded such a sense of menace that I feel in danger around them. Fortunately, Clockwork Castle has earned its name. With all the work I've done here, all the labor saving machines, the workers are no longer needed. Lahar is more than enough. After all, there is no great entourage here to feed and clothe. No mothers, fathers, children and dogs. There is just me. Only me. Oof. Just leave for the garden. Oh, I see you hiding up there. Ooh. Where did he go? Didn't ask him. Shit. When was the last time I freaking saved? Annoying, it could have lasted 5 more minutes game. Well, shit. Okay.
Scary stuff when the autosaves ages ago.
Yeah. Really? Oh my word. Right. This way.
They capture such wicked soundscapes.
Yeah. This means I got to loot this entire goddamn place again. Oy.
Hello.
Yeah. Blah 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 blah.
Came out when I heard the rock fall. By the sound of it, you are lucky to be unhurt. It was the tunnel, wasn't it? It has been threatening to collapse for a long time now. That means there's no going back that way. You may be trapped here. Well, not much two will know what to do.
Ah, at least you run to forward.
I apologize for the state of the house.
Yep, stay out now.
This is not much to look like here for some time now. I shall light the lamps momentarily.
Yeah, man. Ugh.
time. Here we are. The watch 2 is just over there.
You are
Please
at the time.
introduce
There is
yourself
a
to her.
beneath the key. Ask Lahar to take you. Go to Lahar. Ask him to let you out through the travel machine.
You also offer an excessive amount of leather straps. Those on the plus side, I don't have to read them all again. Wonderful. Make a save there. There's goddamn silver in this place. Yeah, what was that?
you are. That is strange. In fact, here, please, come this way.
Mm.
Try entering the machine. You shall see that it is not working. As you can see, to be honest, after, in fact, I attempted to repair, yes, tell you could, the pipe, from what, fortunately, alternative, above all, passage, in the meantime, if you have questions, I will try to answer. If you wish for me, yes, I shall endeavor to answer.
Oh, they got you, can't you? Who's Ludwig?
Ludwig used to live here with us. It was he who first invited Lamash and I to live in the castle. I have not seen Ludwig in a very long time.
What happened to him?
I don't know. I believe he kept a series of journals, however. Perhaps the answer can be found in their pages. I recall seeing them scattered around the keep. You might try looking in the master bedroom, mage's study and travel room. Come find me if you need something.
Never did ask about that before, so... Right, bugger the armory. Really no glass over here this time. There it is. Right. Okay. Gave me a different backpack. Didn't give me the one that friggin' increased archery. Oh well, range damage. Different books as well. Give me a piece of Alheim jewelry as well. Not that other quest. Right. Oh, is that a consistent crash? Is that a consistent crash? Can I not interact with his body? Be annoying. It's looking like it's a consistent freaking crash. Okay, it is not. Weird. Channel 4.
Your computer's being attacked by a wizard.
Yeah. Well, at least it didn't do it this time. Cliff of Sun's Height, 4th Era 37. An awful realization has been in my thoughts lately, or rather, than a realization, a question. If I were to die, say of some accident in the workroom, how long would it be until I was found? The answer, I think, is that the longer I stay here, out of the world, the more any knowledge or memories of me will fade from those out there, and the longer it would be until I was found, tending towards infinity. It's almost mathematical. 13th of Evening Star, 4th Era 44. It occurs to me that I am so accustomed to the useful machines in Clockwork Castle that I can scarcely imagine life without them, and yet, do devices like these exist anywhere else? They could improve the lives of others too, but would anyone accept them? What real use would these contraptions be, they would ask? Or how could we possibly afford to build such extravagances? And yet, I spend all my days in the workroom, crafting machines and objects of utility and beauty. Perhaps one day, when I've done enough, when I'm finished, I can show it all to someone. 10th of Frostfall, 4th Era 53. Cannot remember the last time I actually spoke aloud. Once there was so much to say, so much to learn from Lamatsu, and so much to organize with Lahar. Now, though, everything is settled. Every moment runs into the next with the precision and predictability of a perfect machine. Every day is exactly the same. There is nothing more to say. When was the last time I spoke to someone from outside the castle? Someone not made of metal. It must have been around when the travel machine was completed. Has it really been so long? I don't know that I could raise my voice anymore, not even to save my life. I don't want it to be heard. 29th of First Seed, 4th Era 54. They're warm to the touch, aren't they? Am I not warm? Lamatsu, Lahar, the lady in the walls. They're all so cold. Lady in the walls, ooh. First a hot fire, 4th Era 60. Clocks driven by soul gems, marking time for an eternity. They aware? What do they see with no eyes? What do they feel with no skin? 7th of Midyear, 4th Era 68. Does the mind require other minds to inform its thoughts? Do they otherwise reflect back uselessly and endlessly, unchanged? An echo chamber. Did I say nothing? Could I still speak? I dare not speak. 7th of Sun's Dusk, 4th Era 83. I do nothing but sit here in this chamber, the cobwebs growing about me and the dust staining my skin. I could not bear their eyes upon me, and the weight of the judgment behind those eyes would be too much as well. I think I shall simply stay here instead. There is a feeling rising in me that my time here is growing short. It is obvious to me that I should note down my last will, but then there is no one to give it all to. I have nothing to offer in any case. Who would want what I have? I don't want to reflect on my life. It was no good, really. It's no good. Surely, though, it was better than nothing. Drop. Drop.
What are you doing? What are you doing?
I found a corpse.
That must be Ludwig. He used to live here with us. I had not spoken to him for a long time. I suppose he must have died in there.
Ew, why is he still in there?
I forgot about death. It was a long time ago for me.
You forgot?
I am nearly 4,000 years old. For me, time is difficult. Men and women are victims of time, whereas I turn for a moment to ponder, and when I turn back, you're all dead.
And Ludwig?
Towards the end, Ludwig shut himself away and would see no one. Items such as food and books were sent up using the pneumatic tube system. For a time, Lahar continued to deliver his food, and the food was eaten. I believe now that the vermin began to eat the food once Ludwig stopped.
What now? His body is still in there.
Caretaking is Lahar's sole interest. You should ask him.
Yay.
In anticipation of the steam pipeline being repaired, I shall get to work replanting the glass garden. Yes, I shall endeavor to answer. Let me know if you need anything else. What needs to be done?
Could you do something about Ludwig's body?
Ludwig is dead. That is a terrible shame. I shall remove his body and place it in the mausoleum. Once it is unlocked, I shall also clean the area surrounding his body. It must be very dusty by now.
Very cobwebby too. Could you clean up the cobwebs?
Very well, I shall clear them away.
Could you repair the peeling wallpaper?
Certainly. Of course. I hope I was some help.
Yeah. Right.
You're still here.
steam pipeline is broken.
I see.
So the travel machine isn't working.
Yes. Then you can stay.
Stay here in the castle?
It is simple. You are trapped here, therefore you cannot leave here, therefore you must live here.
Lahar said to ask you for the key to the mausoleum.
Yes, I had him give me the key. Lahar can be simple. If he had decided to go back down there and try to fix the pipeline again, he might not have returned.
Could I have the key?
You wish to try to fix the pipeline yourself. Very well. Here,
May I have questions?
I may have answers.
Strange ghost was following me in the tunnels.
Ghosts are not particularly unusual. They are a recognized phenomenon.
Yes, but there was something unusual about this one.
How so?
Followed me for a long while but did little else.
I see.
Just being near it hurt terribly.
I see.
Made a strange wailing sound.
A sound. I see.
Really, what are you gonna say?
Very well.
What are you?
I am a machine of bone and metal.
Stone? Are you undead?
I am a machine. I am made of bone and metal.
Are you of the Dwemer?
Somewhat.
Can you tell me something of the Dwemer then?
Very well. Abaktu markiktu a thumbs amakai. The abaktu vadod kagortium kikthimsa.
I don't understand.
No, you wouldn't.
Why do only you and Lahara live here?
Clockwork Castle has been cut off from the outside world for well over 100 years. Until you came along, that is. Of course, the destruction left in your wake means that once again, no one is going to find this place.
Lahara mentioned his brothers and sisters.
We are the Gilded. He means the rest of our kind, down in Erndural. Though we may all look the same, we are not.
What do you mean?
3 children wrote their names upon the world. The first gouged it into the dirt. The second carved into the flesh of a tree. The third chipped into solid stone. Thus they recorded their memory upon the world. The first child's name was washed away with the first rain. The second child's name grew and distorted with the tree until it died. The memory survives, but twisted almost beyond recognition. The third child's name remains unchanged for as long as the stone endures. The Gilded down below are the first children. Lahar is a second child. I am the third.
I get it. Your voice is quite unusual.
I have no mouth, no lips, no tongue and no throat. My heart shivers in my chest, and words are produced from my speaker horn.
Never mind.
Very well. That is all, then.
I'm gonna have to stop here for now then, because my hand's starting to cramp up a bit. So, that will be all for now, and we shall continue this tomorrow. And now